All right, here we go. So we've already practiced this. We're just going to get a little bit of extra practice. And then at the end of class, we're going to take a pop quiz just because I need an additional test grade. Now, when you have a trinomial and the highest exponent is 2, what kind of function do we call that? Thank you. It is a quadratic. Right now, these past couple of units, it's called a quadratic function. These past couple of units where we learned how to multiply these binomials, FOIL box method, and also now that we're doing factoring, all of this has to do with quadratic functions. In the next unit, we're going to be working with the graphs of them, okay? Now on the STAR test, your questions are going to be worded this way. I used all 3 different ways that they would word it. So this one, write an expression equivalent to. You know it's a quadratic function because the highest exponent is 2. You have a trinomial. If you look at your answer choices will be in the form of 2 binomials. So you know you need to factor. Now you know that you're going to do Kidnap versus going straight to the diamond because of what? How do we know we have to use Kidnap in this one? Correct. There is a number in front of our squared term. So I'm going to take that number and throw it to the back of the van. And we are going to do what with it? Multiply. And when we multiply, it changes that equation to x squared minus 15x plus what? Plus 36. Now we set it since Wednesday, last number falls to the top. And which one goes on the bottom? Negative 15. Now, last number falls to the top, middle number, B always goes in the bottom. Just so we can go back over the calculator part, guys, I've been grading the diamond problems for this unit. There should be no reason that any of you misses any of those. I've had people fail that paper. You literally have a way to type this in the calculator. There is no excuse for missing any of these problems. If you miss any of these problems, all it's telling me is that you are too lazy to double check yourself in the calculator. So calculator, if I go, let me reset it first. If I go, where do I go first to type in any of this? I go to y equals, and what do I put into y1? The top number divided by x. Top number divided by x. And what do I put in y2? X plus, make sure you are attempting this as well, because I'm going to make you reset your calculator for the quiz. Alpha, trace, enter. So if you forget what buttons to push to find that y1, I'm not going to help you. Now, where do we go? Second graph, go to the table, second graph. And what are we looking for in that table? The 15. Now, I see a positive 15. Does that count? No, because the middle term is negative, or the middle coefficient is a negative 15. So I need to find a negative 15 here in this last column. And it's right here. So what are my 2 factors? -3, -12. And that's the only one I'm actually going to show you using that calculator. So -3, because we've done this several days in a row now, and -12. Now you should know. Now, what do I do with my factors? What do I do with the answers? You want me to divide them from here? Oh, no. And when I'm placing those numbers, those factors in parentheses, I'm creating 2 what? No, I'm creating 2. If there's 2 terms in each group, it's called a what? I'm creating 2 binomials. Now I start creating those binomials by putting what variable in the front? What variable goes in the front of each binomial? X. X and X. Now my first factor is a -3. My first factor is a -3. So what's my first binomial? X minus 3. My second factor is a negative 12, so my second binomial is going to be what? X minus 12. Since I kidnapped a number, what do I eventually have to do? Give it back. And how do I give it back? Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Now, what do I do with any and every fraction if possible? Simplify. Simplify, meaning type it into alpha y equals. And if 3 over 4 does not change, what do I need to do? Bottoms up. Take that bottom number, and move it to the top. And it becomes 4x minus 3, my bad. Why are y'all not correcting me? Bottom number to the top, 4x minus 3. What about 12 over 4? That reduces to what? X minus 3. 12 over 4 is 3. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Questions? All right. Let's take a look at the next one. Another way that they could word a problem like this is it would say write a function equivalent to. What makes this one a function? What did they add to it? F of x. They put an f of x equals in the front. Does that change how we work this problem out? No. Okay, so since we see a number in front of the squared term, what do we do to it? Take it to the back. And what do you do when you take it to the back? Multiply. So it becomes x squared plus 2x minus what? 15. Last number falls to the top. And the 2 goes on the bottom. Find my factors. What two numbers multiply to get you negative 15, but add to get 2? Find it. Use your calculators. Positive 5, negative 3. Okay, so now we're going to put it into our what? Binomial. What variable do we put in the front? X and X. Now, because the first one is a positive 5, the first binomial is going to be what? Zai, what's the first binomial going to be? X plus 5. Okay. And the second factor is negative 3. So David, what's the next, the second one going to be? X minus 3. Now, are we done? Nope. Angel, what do we have to do to finish this up?
Divided by 3.
Divide by 3. Now, because it creates a fraction, what do we have to do? Simplify. Now, does 5 over 3 change, Dana? Been here all year. Sad. Does not change. If I type 5 over 3 in the calculator, say I put it in using alpha y equals, go to alpha y equals, and it gives you your fraction. Is it, yeah, positive 5 over 3? Notice how that does not change. 5 over 3 here, 5 over 3 here. So now what do I have to do? Bottoms up. Move that bottom number to the top. It becomes what? 3x plus 5, okay? And what does 3 over 3 reduce to? X minus 1, x minus 1, okay? All right, what if the question is, which expression is a factor? What are they asking for? One of the factors, but does that mean I only have to do this halfway? No, you still got to complete the whole, you still got to solve it all the way through, but your answer choices are going to match up with only one of those two binomials, but you still have to do the whole process. So we're going to take that 4, move it to the back, and we're going to what? Multiply. Thank you. So x squared plus 3x minus what? 40. Last number falls to the? And then what goes on the bottom? All right, no name. You tell me, what are my two factors? 8 minus 5. All right. So now we're going to put that into our parentheses. What do we put in the front? All right. And the first binomial is going to be what? X plus 8, the second one. All right. Now, how do I finish solving this? Divide by 4. Now, if I reduce 8 over 4, it becomes, so X plus 2. If I reduce 5 over 4, does that change? Nope. So Malia, what do I got to do with that 4? Bring it to the top. And Haley, what does that binomial become? If I do bottoms up with 5 over 4, it becomes what? 4x minus 5. Good. All right. So go ahead and finish copying that one. Just remember, because this will come up on your assignment. Yesterday, we worked one out. Everybody got this one? Yesterday, we worked one out. Hold on. Where when you simplify, if you type it into alpha y equals, make sure you're paying attention to this. If you type it into alpha y equals, that 3 over 6 becomes a smaller fraction. So you have to do bottoms up with the new fraction. If your fraction becomes a smaller one, write the smaller fraction and do the bottoms up with the new fraction, okay? I'll stop you 15 to 20 minutes.